for each other. It's not in our DNA from back before 1909. We were always moved and shuffled around and was told to do this or that. It's something that we're learning if we have that structure where you say you and I come from. The old school structure, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't wait to graduate from high school, you know, and if you could afford the college, that was it. Now we have very few things for not only our black men, but our women or girls also. You know, when they think that they should be talked to in a negative way, in a bad way, that's good for them.
That's reinforced by the music you send us into.
Exactly.
Right, and they get used to it. That's what we're supposed to be called. The new phrase now is female. They like to refer to women or ladies as female. That to me is derogatory in some sense. You're saying they're less than males, I'm assuming.
Right.
And that's inappropriate as well.
That's inappropriate. So now you've got your prison system overpopulated with minorities or blacks or what have you, and they have no recourse.
But in the prison, all you learn is how to be a prisoner, right? You don't learn anything else. And then you come out, because again, I deal with a lot of youth sports. You come out and you end up seeing people with that same prison mentality. And there was one Hispanic family who stated, the gentleman in the family said, on the field, I want you to play hard with that guy, but outside of sports, you don't associate with those people. This actually happened in the youth league. They're the same, that mentality. I didn't blame the child. The child got the information from the parent. The child has evolved past that, but the parent was in that system, that prison system, and they learned that you can only associate with certain people. You know, that's how you live there. So they bring it out when they get out sometimes. And it's just, I disagree a little bit about what you said about not really working with other people. I tend to think that African Americans do a great job of helping each other, but we also, that part I concur with you, we've learned over time that I only have a certain amount of resources. So I can help you who are doing what you have to do to get it done, but I'm going to cut you off because you're on crack, you're doing whatever, and I don't have time to pick you up and dust you off. I have to keep moving. So it's similar, but it's a little different. Sometimes you have to cut people off. You learn that. That's my opinion. Do you have anything?
I think also we tend to look for the easy way out too much. Better to go ask somebody for something, beg for something, than to try to do for yourself and get a job. Our biggest problem is not trying to get out here and do it yourself. You know, keep looking for somebody to give you something, and people don't take care of you anymore. You know.
Times are hard.
That's hard for everybody. Let's talk about a little bit more education. That's one of my pet peeves, you know that. African Americans, especially in the Victor Valley, are disproportionately drop out of school and also disproportionately suspended as well. So you have any comments about that? Again, that's the key we talked about as far as being successful, is to get the education. But if you drop out at a higher rate and you get suspended at a higher rate, that's going to impede that.
Exactly. Our school system it's in bad shape. We're working on it, but we need more support from home. We need to give our kids some incentive to want to better their mind. You know, sharpen the mind, learn, do things. Our school system, I think. It was last week, one of the schools in, I'm trying to see, was it LA, Compton, or what have you, but the parents went in and voted, but they loved the teachers. So they said it was the school board that was the problem. Teachers were great. So they voted to keep the teachers and revamp the system. Until our parents get a little bit more involved, don't complain every time your child has a negative. You know what I'm saying? You go in and you boost that child and make sure that that child is doing something other than just going to school because you tell them you got to get out of the house.
Right.
We need to monitor after school activities. What are our children doing to join debate groups? It's something that's a little bit better than, you know, just going to school and say, oh, I got my math and I'm doing my science. But the other extra curriculum, if we can get them more involved, if we had a few more after school programs to boost the incentive. Right now I'm trying to get my youth and college charter back. I've been around and I see that a lot of the kids from different areas, Los Angeles and back east, and these kids are really motivated, you know, and they're motivated because they're rewarded with the scholarships, you know, and the trips and educational tours and stuff. So if we can add that along with, you know, just about every church has a youth group.
Right.
But if we can get these churches to come together and get these youth together, just think of the power we'd have.
I'll help what you're doing. I do a lot of stuff for after school programs as well. Okay. And again, I help all the people, but if we can be a part of that and help out, I would appreciate that as well.
Definitely keep you up to date.
Let's talk about health very quickly because I know we only have a few more minutes to go. One of the most disturbing facts that I see, there was some data from the Department of Public Health, that African Americans show the lowest percentage of mothers receiving early parental care. And so therefore you have low weight babies and the mother's not eating the right nutrition. And then the child grows up in some situations, or they're taking drugs and or alcohol while pregnant. I've been working with the Department of Behavioral Health and Public Health on some of those situations. And in First Five, which I think is a great organization, and helps sponsor some of the things that we do. So what can be done to address that? Is that an education piece as well, as far as the young mothers getting pregnant in the first place, and then what they can do?
You know, education is the key to our society, either breaking them in half or coming together. We need to educate our young parents, our young people, the health situation, but Obamacare, you know, and we can't get anything in Washington discussed or done unless it's trying to chop somebody's head or take somebody's job. So until that area improves, what are we going to do with the health care? You know, the states are crying. You know, we had a Powerball lottery with
600 million or 500 million or whatever it was.
Yeah, you know.
Everybody fell for that and versus.
Exactly. So, but when it comes to together, donating or helping out, we lose.
No, let's work together and get some of this stuff squared away. You have a point.
Great.
No, basically, we need to educate our kids on their health care. Because it leads to, like I said, kids born with brain defects, health issues, and it all stems back from the time they were in the womb. And we need to educate these young people. Not only the girls that get pregnant, the boys too.
And we only got a few minutes left, and I want to jump into something real quick, and then we're going to get some information on how they can contact you to join. Because what people don't know is most of their funding comes from individual people joining your group.
Yes.
And that's imperative to join and be active and support what you're trying to do. But great question I had, and I got it from the website. One of our parents sent this note in. Why are African American parents, or any parents, not more involved in their children's lives? Is it because of indifference, basically the lack of interest? Is it complacency? This is, this is the trend, this is how it is? Or resignation? I can't change it, I accept it, it's just how it is.
When you have, when you're speaking of parents getting involved, when you've got I would say younger parents, you know, can't change it, you know, this is the way it is. The older parents have a problem with disciplining the kids or grandkids that they're raising because of the stigma of society.
How can people get a hold of you or your organization, the website address?
Okay, the office is not open daily, but the office number is 760, let me see, 760-241-8600 is the office number. You can also reach me at 760-887-1125. The office address is 14240 St. Andrews Drive, Victorville. We're just above the African Chamber of St. Andrews and Greentree.
And community, please get involved. It takes a village to raise a child, and we need your support to help out all the children.